Things are starting to heat up. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been arrested by the police. I think that happened yesterday, or no, 15 minutes ago. So that happened this morning. Andrew Mountbatten, one of the friends of Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested by the police. Why has he been arrested? Police said he is in custody. Let me see. It says Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Oh, suspicion of misconduct in public office. Yo, the dam is starting to break. Police said he is in custody and officers are carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. It comes after Thames Valley Police said they were assessing a complaint over the alleged sharing of confidential material by the former prince with late sex offender and friend of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew, who turns 66 today, has consistently and strenuously denied any wrongdoing. Everybody who was involved with this disgrace now, I'm going to say now, but conspirators are bringing up a conspiracy that Jeffrey Epstein is not actually dead. There is a picture circulating online. It might be AI, but nobody knows, because when it comes to this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, you hear this name, and people who used to be best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, people who used to visit his island, people who used to fly in his planes, people who used to be in yacht with Jeffrey Epstein. All of a sudden, everybody is saying, I never really spent more than 1 hour with Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, I went to the island, but I just spent just 1 hour. Yes, I met Jeffrey Epstein. We took pictures. We were never really friends. The worst one is this billionaire who gave Jeffrey Epstein a 73 million luxury apartment in New York. How can you give somebody a 73 million apartment? 73 million. Guess how much that apartment will cost today? You give it to somebody, and then you allow that person to control all your finances. You allow that person access to your billions and billions of dollars. Not only dollars, but your assets, your wealth. You allow him to manage your children's funds. And all of a sudden, you are asked questions about Jeffrey Epstein, and you are like, I don't know anything. We were never really friends. He was a con man. I don't know, I forgot. These guys, when you hear the way they are responding, you know that they are guilty. Let's go back to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has changed his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein so many times. And these people, the MAGA supporters, those people who are dying, who would die and go to prison for Donald Trump, those people who will do whatever it takes, try to bend it to make it seem as if he had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, that we just met and took pictures. You can hear Donald Trump saying in his own voice that Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. It is on tape that Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. He likes his women. But the only difference between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein was that Jeffrey Epstein likes the women in a much younger side. But they both like women. And you could even hear Donald Trump saying that he can do whatever he wants to do with women because he is rich and a celebrity. He can grab them by the, you know what, P. He can just kiss them whenever he wants, and they will let him do it. So when you guys are trying to make it seem as if Donald Trump was the holy guy, like you guys say, oh, Donald Trump, as soon as he knew about the things that Jeffrey Epstein was doing, he kicked him out of his club. And then the emails come out and it shows that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't even a member of the club. He just visited the club as a friend to Donald Trump. And then on the other side, some people say their relationship break down because Donald Trump backstabbed Jeffrey Epstein on a real estate deal. And then again, email comes out and we see that Donald Trump actually reported Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI, or was it to the police? And Donald Trump said Jeffrey Epstein was a bad guy. And his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, was the evil one. And then, a couple of years back, when Ghislaine Maxwell was going to court, Donald Trump was asked what he thinks. What did Donald Trump say? I wish her well. How can you say somebody is evil? And then all of a sudden, you are wishing her well for the crimes that you said she was evil about. And now, Donald Trump is saying, I don't know Jeffrey Epstein. There are pictures of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump partying. There are pictures of them two everywhere on the internet. And it is even said that Donald Trump's name appears in the files more than God's name appear in the Bible. But let's go back to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I don't know if the Windsor name is still attached to his name. I think now it's just Prince Andrew Mountbatten. I don't know. But he has been arrested for crimes allegedly committed during that time.
Other women have talked about being trafficked. 9 police forces out of the 43 are doing investigations. So this has been growing and growing over the last few weeks. And as more information comes into public domain, I think the pressure and the evidence suggesting that Andrew needed to be questioned. And they could have questioned, they could have invited him to a police station, but the decision has been made to arrest. You can be held for up to 24 hours.
This is
and
big.
Then you have interventions from senior officers who
this is huge.
Extend it up to 96 hours. So at this
to arrest a member of the royal family
a decision
is huge.
has been made to arrest in order to access computer equipment, files, photographs, any other evidence, and they can carry out.
This is huge. To actually go and arrest a member of the royal family. The dam is about to break. One thing I keep wondering to myself is, why is it that Americans always speak about Jesus? Jesus is my Lord and Savior. But up to now, nobody has been held accountable for all these crimes. But if you see in other places in the world, people are being held accountable. Only in America, nobody is. At this moment, nobody has gone down. There are people working in the Trump administration who lied. Like this guy, what's his name? Lutnick, the Secretary of Commerce. There's a video where he said the first time he ever met Jeffrey Epstein in Jeffrey Epstein's house. That day he told his wife that this man is evil, that they will never ever set foot in his house. They will never ever be involved with him in any way, business, social, in any way. And the files comes out, and the same man who was saying that was on the island with his whole family. And then, guess what they always say? I was just there for 1 hour and I left and I never met him again. This shit is bigger than we think. And I'm not sure we are ever going to see the end of this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And also the one best thing that Trump did in his second term, the one best thing that Trump did, Trump actually picked his lawyers. He picked his lawyers to speak for him, not to America. The two people in the Department of Justice were Trump's counselors. They worked for Trump before. And they are there just to, for Trump not being able to put, who was the guy who was supposed to be the DOJ, Director General? Who was the guy, what's his name again? Who was also accused of having sex with underage girls. What's his name? The guy who resigned from from Congress. What's his name? The young boy. I think his name is going to come. If Donald Trump had successfully picked that guy for the DOJ, this might have backfired. What's his name? Somebody can type his name in the comment section. That would be awesome. What's his name? If he had picked him, this might have backfired. So that one, Trump, you dodged the bullet. Because Pam Blondie Bondi is the best pick for you. She is doing your bidding. She is there to defend you. We all saw what happened when she went for the hearing. She was there not to answer questions about the whole Jeffrey Epstein saga. She was there just to defend Donald J. Trump. And she did it the way Donald Trump will have expected her to do. Anyway, Prince Andrew has been nicked. Imagine a member of the royal family in handcuff. In handcuff. Imagine that. Who could ever think of this? A member of the royal family in handcuff. Can you imagine that? What a world we are living in today.
Bravely pushed this to the point that we're now having all this public information vis-a-vis Epstein and his relations, financial and sexual and otherwise.
Family in handcuff.
In the end, Andrew might never be held to account legally on that front. And yet, of course, we wouldn't know.
We are still waiting for the first person in America to fall.
Various communications vis-a-vis public office and the misconduct in public office, were it not for the way.
These are allegations at this stage, and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has at various stages denied any wrongdoing. In terms of the fallout for this, how do you read it with the royal family? What do you think the damage will be?
The damage is huge.
Well, I was interested. I was listening to your previous. In some ways, there'll be clear water between the institution of monarchy and the now private individual that is Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I've got to say that I actually disagree. I think this is more problematic for the royal family than they anticipate. There's a sort of cognitive dissonance around a lot of what they're saying at the moment, even if it's Prince William talking about mental health on Radio 1 yesterday.
I think the public in the United Kingdom, they're going to probably, I don't know, they might lose respect for the royal family. They might just lose respect for the royal family. Because there are people in the United Kingdom who will defend the royal family to the last breath of their life. But with this one, what are people going to be thinking? Because we've often hear about crimes being committed in the royal family, but the police was there to protect and probably shield some of these crimes. But now that Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been in the nick, has been handcuffed by the police that is meant to protect him, how is the fallout going to be? Shit is about to go down. Shit is about to go down. Anyway, this is a fascinating development, and we don't know what is going to come out of this. Maybe nothing. But if they can go to this length to put this man in handcuff, to put the prince in handcuff, know that there is something. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And the fire is about to engulf the whole palace. Are they going to distance themselves from him? Or are they going to stand by him? When I say stand by him, I don't even know what are they going to say. Because it cannot just be him. It's going to be the whole royal family. It's the royal family. It's not just Andrew. It's the royal family. So let me know what you think, people. Comments are welcome. Make your comments the way you think. Use your eyes, use your ears. Hear what you hear. Use your brains to put one and two together. And your opinion is your opinion. I might not agree, just like you might not agree with mine. But your opinions are welcome still. This is fascinating. This is crazy. This is crazy. Anyway, we're out. On to the next one. Hopefully you guys will push my platform to 100,000 subs. That is what I'm trying to work to. I just want to hit that 100,000 mark. It's tough to get, but I believe with you guys, we're going to get there sooner than later. Anyway, catch you guys on the next one. DB Unfiltered, I'm Dewey Banaking, and I'm out.